I want to review some of my own psychology today. First, we had the news that happened at 5:30. I want to highlight that on both sides. So, this looks a bit different on NQ versus MNQ, but that's slightly besides the point. My first trade, which wasn't the trade that I was hoping to get, hope, and it's important to note that out. I took a short around this area. And the reason behind that short was seeing the jewel turn and anticipating that we need to fill the voids that were created as a result of the data wick. That's a common pattern that I see happen. The mistake that I made in that was entering twice, which is not the mistake, but the first time I entered, I felt some hesitation in what am I thinking about here? My confidence, not in the trade, my confidence wasn't very strong. The good news is, even though my confidence was shaky, I made that second attempt. So I think something that's interesting, or something that I want to figure out, is the frequency in which I can be counterparty. And what I mean by that is, if we are thinking about where liquidity is or where stops are, I would like to be counterparty to someone who may have, or the amount of liquidity that's above or near. And a part of me thinks that there may be some tools for that. Bookmap might be something worth looking into, because I did not have my stops in place. I think that we get a reversal. So, I'm happy that I did not have a stop there, but realistically, if I'm thinking, I'd place my stops here, I should be actually placing my entry here instead of my stops here. So if I'm thinking, okay, this is a place where I'd want to enter, the reality should be entry being actually somewhere outside of that. Now, ES didn't necessarily look the same. I liked what was happening on NQ. I'm not sure if it matters. The thought process is still the same. So, excuse me. I did get short here. And the good news is I did not add unnecessary size. So I think that's something that's worth being proud of as well, is previously, while I would wait, it would make me want to add more size. Truthfully, I did enter into an MNQ position, but the size was really insignificant, so it didn't really matter. And it was an appropriate trade to take. And I was able to hold this trade to target. So that was a W. That was fine. Then I closed out I had a SPY future short or option short that I closed here. And my thought process was a feeling of unease in the reversal, right? But the reality is, there's two realities here. One of them is we can't worry about that. I didn't really have my, I didn't really, no, I did not have my levels marked out for where reversals might be taking place. Now I'm looking at this like, are we going to do it again? We have this like expanding accordion. Oh man, yeah, I want to take that. Okay, where were we? So we did take another long here. Let me see. There was a spot where, yes, I was afraid to take this short, but I took it. And then I was afraid to take this long, but I took it. I think I would have felt more confidence taking this long had I identified it as an area where it would make sense to take a long. This makes perfect sense to take a long. We have the 630 open. We have a gap that gets created. So in this case, like we don't come back to the gap, which we know that might happen. But needless to say, I took a long on MNQ. I took a long on MES. And I puked the MNQ long. And I kept the MES long open to target, which was the local highs. I puked this one here because I thought, well, the money is enough. And I felt like I would have felt worse giving it back up, which is fundamentally not what we're trying to do here. So the one thing I have to give myself credit for today is we sized down while also like acting, even though we were afraid, which is great. But I think the area of opportunity that we have is in slowing down our thoughts a bit when we are in a position so we don't puke it. It's like we've already committed to the risk when we took the position. We have to kind of accept the loss and embrace that loss before we've embraced the unrealized profit.